Welcome to Learning About. In this video, we're going to see the information regarding the Combined Defense Service Examination conducted by the UPSC biannually. Now, this exam is for the recruitment of officers in our defense forces, the three forces, namely Army, Air Force, and the Navy. Now, the recruited officers, their cadre is equivalent to the Group A gazetted officers cadre, and it comes with a starting salary of 56,100. And of course, being the defense services, apart from the salary, there are a lot of other benefits like the military pension. They have a gratuity, and then there is a leave travel concession, 45 days of annual leave and 15 days of casual leave, children education allowance, amenities as per like the defense services, whatever the defense services personnel get, okay, and free medical treatment, and so on. So there are a lot of benefits apart from the pay. And as far as the important dates are concerned, the online application process uh, has already started, and the last date is 24th August 2021, 6 p.m. And as far as the date of examination is concerned, the examination will be held on 14th November 2021. See, now this exam will be a paper pen test. Okay, so you have to shade answers in the, it will all be objective type. You have to shade the answer in the OMR sheet, and there is a negative mark of 1/3 negative mark. Okay, so this is regarding the written exam. There are a total of 339 vacancies. If you want to know the split up, the Indian Military Academy Dehradun, 100 vacancies, including 13 vacancies for the Army Wing NCCC certificate holders. Indian Naval Academy, 22 vacancies, including 3 vacancies for the C certificate naval wing holders. Air Force Academy, Hyderabad, pre-flying, 32 vacancies, including NCCC certificate air wing certificate holders. OTA Chennai, 169 vacancy for the short service commission men, and OTA Chennai, 16 vacancies for the short service commission women, a total of 339 vacancies. And so as far as like choosing these various options are concerned, now you, for the female candidates, there are only one option. There is only one option, that is the short service commission at OTA. And so the female candidates, they should indicate OTA as their only choice. But for male candidate who want to compete only for the short service commission, now they should indicate OTA, that is the Officers Training Academy, Chennai, as the one and only choice. But however, if a male candidate is competing for a short service commission at OTA as well as the permanent commission at the IMA or the INA or the AFA, that is the Air Force Academy, now that candidate should indicate OTA as his last preference. Okay, right? So that is very important. Also, the candidate who desire to join the Air Force Academy must indicate the Air Force Academy as their first choice, because as you know, those candidates have to be administered the computer pilot selection system. Okay, so that test they have to undergo. So so those who desire for AFA, that is Air Force Academy, should give that as the first choice. Okay, so later on, like the changing these choices would be very difficult. Okay, or it's almost impossible, I can say, right? So, or if at all, if you want to change, it has to go through a lot of requests and all that. It will be very difficult. Okay, now, so as far as the type of commission is concerned, so you have the permanent commission, right? So the candidates who join as like permanent commission officers would continue to serve till the age of superannuation in their respective branches as per their rank. Now, as far as short services commission is concerned, it is for a period of 10 years, and then an extension of 4 years may be granted, right, subject to the service requirements, availability of vacancies, willingness, suitability, and merit. And as far as if suppose those who want to, those who get selected through short service want to go for a permanent commission, that again depends on like the availability of vacancies, willingness, suitability, and the merit. Okay, now coming to the eligibility criteria. So should be a citizen of India. And as far as the age is concerned, for the Indian Military Academy, unmarried male candidates, okay, born between 2nd July 1998 and 1st July 2003. That's the age for the Indian Military Academy. And for the Naval Academy, unmarried male candidates born again same date, 2nd July 1998 and not later than 1st July 2003. And for the Air Force Academy, 20 to 24 years as on 1st July 2022, that is born not earlier than 2nd July 1998 and not later than 1st July 2002. Now this is for the Air Force Academy, and there is an upper age limit, relaxation for the holders of valid and current commercial pilot license issued by the DGCA. So for them it is relaxable up to 2 more years, 26 years. And as far as the age for the OTA is concerned, so not earlier than 1997, 2nd July 1997, and not later than 1st of July 2003. And as far as the women candidates are concerned, for them also is the same date. Now, as far as the education is concerned, for the Indian Military Academy and the Officers Training Academy, any degree holder, any recognized university degree holder is eligible. As far as the Naval Academy is concerned, a degree in engineering from a recognized university institution is very important. Okay, so any degree in engineering as far as the Naval Academy is concerned. And as far as the Air Force Academy is concerned, degree of a recognized university with physics and maths at 10th level, okay, or bachelor of engineering. Okay, so as far as marks are concerned, the percentage marks have not been mentioned, so nowhere the percentage marks have been mentioned. Okay, so this is regarding the eligibility condition of education. Now coming to the scheme of examination for the IMA, INA and the Air Force Academy, it is English 100 marks, general knowledge 100 marks, and elementary mathematics 100 marks, a total of 6 hours. Okay, so, and as I said before, it is all objective type questions, and there is a 0.33, that is one third negative mark, and it will be like OMR sheet shading. Okay, you have to carry a black ballpoint pen, OMR sheet shading. So on this date, exam date is on 14th of November. And for the candidates who want to apply for the Officers Training Academy, only English and general knowledge. Okay, so 2 hours duration, 2 hours duration, 100 questions each. And those who qualify the written examination, okay, so they will have to go through the Services Selection Board interview, and based on your choice of which force you have selected, whether it is Air Force or Army or Navy, based on the choice, you will be called to the respective headquarters or the respective the Services Selection Board interview place, right? And also here, the you will have to download the hall ticket for the SSB from the respective force websites. Okay, so those link to those sites are given in the description below. You can look into it. Okay, and also those who choose Army, that is IMA or OTA, are required to register themselves after you get the results, after you qualify. You're required to register in the joinindianarmy.nic.in. Okay, so the link is given below. So there you are supposed to register, and you'll be downloading the hall ticket for the SSB from there. So as far as the SSB is concerned, so you have stage 1, that will be in the first day, the first half. Okay, so you'll have this officer intelligence rating test, which is like basically it's a picture perception test and a description test, and only those candidates who qualify the stage 1 will be allowed to go through the stage 2, and stage 2 will be like over the next 4 days, the first day afternoon and another 4 days. And where there'll be interview, group testing, like officer task, psychology test, and then conference, personal interviews. So all that will happen over the next 4 days. That's stage 2. So only who qualify stage 1 will go through stage 2. And very importantly, every candidate of the Air Force and the Naval Aviation is given the pilot aptitude test only once. The grades secured by him at the first test, okay. The CPCS and our PABT will therefore hold good for every subsequent interview at the Air Force Selection Board. Now, those who have failed the Indian Navy Selection Board or the computer pilot selection system under the PABT, if you have failed it earlier, you are not eligible. Okay, it is because it's a once in a lifetime test, and those who habitually wear spectacles are not eligible for Air Force. So this is regarding the Air Force. That is apart from the regular SSB, you also have this CPS. I said this in the beginning also. You have this CPSS test if you are applying for Air Force or Naval Aviation. And as far as the final merit list is concerned, after the SSB is over, after the there'll be a medical examination. So the details of the medical requirements and all that, you can download it from our Telegram channel. So a PDF is uploaded there. The conditions, you can look into it. So after the medical examination, so first written test, those who qualify the written test go for the SSB, and those who qualify the SSB go for the medical examination. And after you qualify the medical examination, a final merit list will be made, okay, and then based on the number of vacancies, the list of selected candidates will be announced for the respective forces. So this is the syllabus for the general knowledge. So as far as the syllabus is concerned, you can just pass to look at the details. This is for the written examination. This is for the English. Okay, and this is for the now how to apply. The link to apply is given in the description below. After watching the video, you can click on that link to apply. And as far as the fee is concerned, except the female candidates and the candidates belonging to the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, all others have to pay a piece of 200 rupees. And so one photo ID card is essential for both. I mean, during the application process as well as the written exam and the SSB and the subsequent process in all these stages should have one photo ID card like Aadhaar or voter ID or PAN card or driving license, etc. Right? And so photograph and signature, should be ready, latest photograph, and there should be an active email ID and probably a active mobile number as well. And so when you go for the SSB, you should have the degree or the provisional degree certificate, mark sheet, and also all the certificates, you should have it in originals. And also as far as the educational qualifications concerned, the candidates who are in the final year, okay, the candidates who are in the final year can also apply for this. This is the list of centers. So I hope the information I have provided in this video was useful to you. If you have any questions, please do post your questions in the comment section below. If you are not already subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. Thanks for watching the video. Have a great day.